Hey skaters, skating moms, and skating coaches, did you know that there is one measurement on a skater's body, more than any other measurement, that can help you determine what skating styles are going to look fantastic on that skater? It's true. And it's probably not the measurement that you thought of first. I'm Carrie Jones with CarrieJonesDesigns.com, and welcome to the first post of the Skater Style vlog. We're so happy you're here, and if you stick around a few minutes, we're going to show you what that measurement is and how we're using it at Carrie Jones Designs to help you get an edge when you pick your skating style. Coco Chanel said, "Fashion is architecture. It's a matter of proportion." Have you ever fallen in love with a skating dress online, waited weeks to have it made, and gotten results like this? You're not alone. The dress may be made beautifully and technically it fits you, but it's just wrong. Well, there is a reason this happens so often, and why Chanel's quote is the key to solving this very costly problem. The reason the style pops on one skater and falls flat on the other is a difference in proportion, or ratio, of leg length to torso length. And since finding exactly where your hip begins to measure your leg length is difficult, the magic measurement a designer, a dressmaker, and you should look to is the circumference of your girth. If you know the rules about what styles complement which girth types, you will be able to pick a dress that's perfect for you. What's the same about all three models in this picture? Of course, it's their height, but the ratio of leg length to torso length is very different in each. Don't worry if you don't see yourself right away. These types exist on a spectrum, and many people are in between one or the other. On one end of the spectrum, we have compact torsos. They have longer legs, and on the opposite end, we have long torsos. They often have shorter legs. And in the middle is the average torso. That type does not have a dramatic difference in the leg to torso ratio. You might be thinking, but I've always thought I was an apple or a pear or a banana. And that might be true, but after a season of training hard for skating, your measurements can change dramatically. What doesn't change, that's right, the proportion of your legs to your torso. Here's a test to see which type you are. An average torso walks into a department store and tries on a basic white tee. It fits her perfectly because manufacturers cut clothes to fit the average type. A long torso, or an LT, tries on that same shirt in her size and is consistently 1 to 3 inches too short. And a compact torso tries on that same shirt and it will always be too long and bag at the waist. Sound familiar? Well, if you're buying from a skating dress manufacturer that doesn't ask your specific measurements, including that all-important girth measurement, you can expect similar results. Manufacturers are not concerned that the dress does not fit your type. They're betting it will fit most. So now comes the fun part. What styles look great on your torso type? Let's start with the CTs, or compact torsos. Here's the Sasha dress from my collection at CarrieJonesDesigns.com. As you can see, compact torsos just own this style. But why? Well, it's because the V'd styles complement the two loveliest features on a CT, a tiny waist and long legs. The V corseted style of a bodice on a CT gives the illusion of a bit more length than she actually has, and the skirt is cut a bit higher on the hip so it won't interrupt her leg line. CTs look fantastic in multi-layered skirts. V'd corseted styles and sleeveless dresses suit them very well. It all works to emphasize those long dancer's legs. The number one mistake I see CTs make is that a skirt is too long or too clingy. In LTs, you want to avoid those V'd styles. They can make you look too long and too wide. Too much fabric in the skirts over muscular hips and legs is not the best look. But don't worry, your best styles are coming up next. What works on an LT or long torso? A word of caution here, I am an LT myself. And the torso type rules were made for us because we are the trickiest type to dress well. Here's what I mean. If a CT wears a dress that looks better on an LT, they may not have taken advantage of the rules that make them look the best, but as you've seen, it's not a fashion disaster. Not so with an LT. LTs have the most muscular hips and legs, and what you choose has to work with that. But when an LT gets it right and follows the rules, it will show up in their artistic mark. Asymmetrical styles on an LT look amazing. Sleeves often complement their long arms, and if there is a type that you should take a less is more approach with, it's a long torso. Skirts should have some movement over the legs and hips and be a bit longer, but definitely not bulky. Long torsos look great in sophisticated tailored looks. Deep backs, go for them, LTs. It's a fabulous look and it just accentuates your unique line. So what about average torso types? Are there rules for them? Well, yes and no. ATs overlap in lots of cases and can wear what a compact torso or a long torso type should wear, but they tend to shine in styles that look great on everyone. Yes, there are dress styles that do look amazing on everyone. On my site, CarrieJonesDesigns.com, we call those universal styles, and they're labeled with a purple tag that says all. What makes a universal style? Well, let's use the Elena style as an example. Universal styles, like Elena, emphasize the parts that are proportionally slimmest on most people, the horizontal space just below the bust and above the natural waist. They also draw the attention up to the top third of the body, where your lovely face is. And your face getting all of the attention is always a great style choice. Now here is where all of the information can really come together to help skaters, coaches, and parents. Think about your favorite skater and their signature piece. You know, the one where everything feels perfect. The choreography, the music, the dress, everything. Got it? Is it possible that somehow instinctually that skater and the team truly get the importance of the torso type? Because what I've seen time and time again in great programs is this. The torso type is the skater's unique physiology, and it often determines their skating strengths. This in turn informs the music choice, and the dress stays right in that loop. It's very organic, and it's the total package that everyone is looking for. But that's another vlog post.